YouTube is a very strange place sometimes. Anyone can upload anything they want. Well, kinda. Here on Traumolgia, I want to go over some of the niche groups and topics I haven't seen anyone else cover yet in any similar series. Today I'm going to look into yet another anomaly. So apparently, logos are a source of childhood trauma for some of us here on YouTube. I intend to go into this topic as well here on Traumolgia, but I wanted to cover something specific today. So there is an audience for fan-made logos, which can range to just about anything. With that being said, one of the biggest anomalies in this category is Noedolekcin, Nickelodeon backwards, is a demonic version of Nickelodeon. The videos will generally go something like this. Our video will begin with some off-putting end credits, or something like that. After that, we'll see a familiar logo, which has been demonized somehow. Oftentimes, a jump scare will occur, and whether we get jump scared or not, it always cuts to a red blood splat on a black background, well, most of the time, with the words Noedolekcin in black. The logo always has this rather off-putting jingle, which you won't want to hear at 4 a.m. Apparently, the jingle is sourced from a YouTube video called Behind the Screams, The Making of Candle Cove. There is an alternate variant of the tune featured in the video showcased earlier, but I'm not entirely sure where it's sourced from. As of now, I haven't been able to find much surrounding Noedolekcin, so I will try to dissect it myself as we check out some of these anomalies. Apart from Noedolekcin itself, we will also take a look at some Nick analog horrors which could be considered in the same category. With that being said, the first one we'll look at is called Noedolekcin Anomaly 1999. This one begins with an episode of Rugrats, which glitches out and causes a screen to go black. After that, we are shown a still of Angelica, which appears to be drawn on an orange background in pencil. Angelica is missing her eyes and mouth. After this, we cut to what seems to be an empty credit roll. After this, well, this happens. A demonic version of Splat, with the phrase, "I'm sorry, Angelica," below, pops up on screen with a stock scream effect. This evil Splat also blinks, much like bootleg SpongeBob. As the logo closes, it becomes drenched in blood. Then, we get the infamous Noedolekcin logo with the unsettling tune. The Angelica sketch is pretty creepy, but that evil version of Splat that blinks is actually pretty well done. My question is, however, why did this happen in the first place? No, seriously. What comes over some sick individual that makes them go, "Gee, I'll just make a kid show scary, like unsuitable for children scary"? That's all I want to know. The next one we'll look at is called Abnormal Broadcast 2009. We see an episode of SpongeBob, which seems to be glitching horrifically, as a monster roars at the cash register in the Krusty Krab. The episode cuts off to credits, which, as you guessed it, glitch out. The credits suddenly become gibberish, and the theme song starts playing backwards until it eventually cuts out again. Then, we see an empty United Plankton Pictures logo, before cutting to a demonized version of the Nickelodeon 2008 light bulb logo. There's no text indicating Noedolekcin, but it seems to be implied. The orange splat is now red like blood, and after a few moments, the eyes appear on the logo. As you can see on the video, as soon as the logo returns, the last few notes of the SpongeBob end credits theme plays. One thing that these videos tend to play on is the common fear of the SpongeBob credits music. Apparently, people are rather unnerved by the SpongeBob credits theme due to its liminal vibes which suggest something is off. I used to watch SpongeBob all the time when I was a little kid. I loved him. I admit that even I was a bit uneased by the credits music, but not to the point it traumatized me like some of these people online. Despite this, that was one hell of a combo. It looks like something one would see in a nightmare, as the video repeats the last few notes of that song as the blood splat grows a pair of eyes. Fucking disturbing as hell, I'm telling you, man. The next one we're going to take a look at isn't specifically Noedolekcin, but it's in the same category as it contorts the logos in a demonic way. I'm of course referring to a video under the name Nick Jr. Anomaly 2001. We start our video off with the end credits to Little Bear. We cut to the Nirvana logo, but it suddenly cuts to black. In those few seconds, something flashes on screen, but went by far too fast for me to catch. Anyways, the Nirvana logo passes, and then the Nick Jr. logo with an orange and blue figure. Nick is backwards for some odd reason. The sound glitches, and we yet again face a problem. Messages appear on screen, as I assume the orange figure, which is now contorting into some second form, is asking the blue figure, "What is strong? I couldn't make out everything it said before it was towering over Junior and presumably eating his soul out, causing the video to glitch and bring up a technical difficulty screen. Now, there is a second version of this, in which the audio and text are fully visible.
Over and over, and still lives without reason.
And a couple of added new things, but I found version 1 to be much more unsettling than version 2, because it doesn't jump in your face and try to scare you like this one does. But it would appear to me that the Nick Jr. logo was possessed by Satan, or Zalgo, or something truly horrible. It's the basic premise of Noedolekcin done right. It's not just some logo with a couple of movie maker effects thrown on top of it. It's actually pretty unnerving. Hello, Slime here. I'm just reminding you to hit that subscribe button for me. Thank you. Another Nick Jr. anomaly from 2001, again occurring during Little Bear. This one is actually newer, being uploaded on the day that I reviewed Scorpion's Revenge. So, during the credits for Little Bear, the screen glitches. The credits return, this time in what appears to be black and blue colors. After that Nirvana logo, we see the blue Junior figure lying in a pool of his own blood. Then, we cut to this. She broke the rules, so I broke her limbs. The little sunspot didn't listen either. We then cut to the orange Nick figure, who for a moment stands and looks at the audience. It only gets worse from here. I don't know what he's holding in his hand, but after a moment... Oh, Jesus Christ, I was sitting on the toilet taking a shit while watching this. It's too late for me to shit myself. God damn. Then, we're hit with another one of those technical difficulties bumpers. This and the videos presented before are all made by the same person. I think these videos are well done for analog horror. That first one is interesting for what it was, but the one we just watched, geez, I'm talking about that from first viewing. That got me. Very funny. Classic little kayfie you got going there. But in all seriousness, these are pretty solid for Noedolekcin or Nick analog horror. This next one occurred on October 20th, 2005. After an episode of Rugrats, or at least after 2001, some weird shit happened. The credits go by, and then suddenly the Klasky logo glitches out. For a moment, the screen goes black. Then, we hear a scream from the depths of hell as this fucking face appears as we return to normal. This one doesn't bring much to the table other than a question of, why did this happen? Why did the Klasky logo get interrupted with that menacing face? Here's my interpretation. Some of us are unnerved by those weird end credits from certain cartoons, like mentioned earlier, SpongeBob, Gumball, Rugrats. Through the mind of a kid in the 2010s, or the 2000s, one lingering fear might be something like this occurring, which is why this entry is here to begin with. So these last few I want to have a look at are more traditional Noedolekcin. First, let's have a look at this one where Caillou hangs himself, at least the Go Animate version of Caillou. Fuck that bald little shit. Next is interesting to me, as it revolves around Thomas the Tank Engine. After the end credits, by the way, am I the only one who found those old name board intervals from the classic series a bit unsettling? It gave off some liminal vibes for me. I don't know what the deal is, but something doesn't feel right about it. Anyway, after the end credits, we see a demonic version of the hit entertainment logo with an Noedolekcin theme. Then the latter, silent form. Finally, an intentionally scary version of the Paramount Closet Killer logo, which zooms in slowly. Not gonna lie, that face on that mountain cracks me up. This is what people typically think of when somebody brings up Noedolekcin. Next is a brutal slaughtering of the 1982 20th Century Fox logo. Just see for yourself. The iconic fanfare gets interrupted by the GameCube/Wii crash sound, I guess, as it gets torn to shreds. Simply put. The last ones I wanted to cover for now are related to the SpongeBob end credits. There were two I thought were pretty good. This one, the credits from SpongeBob's Rampage, was interesting in the fact that the credits are all scratched out. But this other one I found has some scarier closing logos. This United Plankton Horror Inc. logo hits pretty hard, to be honest. The music reminds me of something from the Portal series. The Noedolekcin logos themselves aren't much to brag about though. One's straight up Nickelodeon except red, and the other is just a headache to look at. Despite this, both are good at capturing what us 2000s kids would have nightmares about. I didn't say all, some of us. And that's the end. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you again next time.
Na 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 knock.